Good evening. Thanks for joining us. The Saskatchewan summer has become hazier with wildfires burning across the prairies. People are looking for ways to keep their homes smoke-free. Indoor air quality has become more of a concern during wildfire season. During smoky periods, people sensitive to smoke are advised to leave their windows closed at night and have turned to air conditioning to keep air circulating. Centennial Plumbing and Heating says they're having trouble keeping up with the amount of calls for air conditioner installs, but an air conditioner alone will not keep your home smoke-free.
Along with your air conditioner is to get kind of a HEPA filter or some type of carbon-activated filter that can eliminate the odor in your house. Lots of filters will take out particles and large particles especially, but you need the carbon filter part to actually get rid of the odor.
Shaw says a HEPA filter is installed in the ductwork and will filter air coming from the different areas of your house as the air conditioner runs. Jeff Rogstad in now for a quick look at weather. So, Jeff, as we just heard, the smoke, it's still bad, and the rain, we still need it.
We still need it, and it looks as though the places that need it the most, looks like the rain may go to the north and south of those places because we are anticipating, as we make our way, particularly into next week, some rain. Not a widespread soaker, but some rain for northern parts of the province. So let's hope maybe the tracking of that precipitation changes and it does hit the places that need some moisture. So at least, at the very least, slow things down. So keep our eye on this system here. There is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, a watch rather, I should say, that's in effect for parts of western Saskatchewan. But we'll talk about the watches and warnings in the forecast a little later on.
All right, thanks, Jeff. A public inquest into the death of a child in the care of social services is scheduled for next month. The inquest for 14-year-old Brandon Schaefer Kovacs is scheduled for the week of August 25th at the Saskatoon Travelodge. He was living in a group home run by the province. November 25th, he was taken to the Jim Pattison Children's Hospital, where he died 3 days later. A coroner's jury at the inquest may make recommendations to prevent similar deaths. A man is suffering life-threatening injuries after being stabbed by a stranger near the river in Saskatoon. Police say they were called at about 1:30 this morning to the 200 block of 21st Street East for an injured person. They arrived to find the victim suffering from a stab wound. Investigators determined he was stabbed on a path near a wooden gazebo along Spadina Crescent East. Police do not believe the victim knew the suspect, who officers are still looking for. 3 people face charges after striking RCMP vehicles in Prince Albert. Around 9 a.m. Thursday, officers responded to a report of a wanted man driving an SUV on Highway 2 near the Diefenbaker Bridge. When officers located the vehicle, the suspect drove recklessly, striking 2 police vehicles before becoming immobilized in a nearby ditch. Two women and a man were arrested at the scene. Police say no officers were physically injured, but the police vehicle sustained extensive damage. The province is warning about a scam using the Prime Minister's image to target Saskatchewan people. The Financial and Consumer Affairs Authority says fake social media posts claiming Mark Carney is endorsing an online investment platform called Quill Capital are making the rounds. The FCAA says quillcapital.com claims to offer Saskatchewan residents trading opportunities, including stocks, cryptocurrencies, Forex, and other communities. Quill Capital is not registered to trade or sell securities or derivatives in Saskatchewan. People are advised to always verify their investments and seek professional advice before investing their money. The provincial NDP is calling on the Sask Party minister responsible for the Marshal Service, Tim McLeod, to release the report conducted by the Public Complaints Commission into one of the marshals. The officer was originally placed on administrative leave while the investigation was carried out. Thursday, according to CBC Saskatchewan, the investigation was completed. The NDP says there's precedence in the case to make the details of the investigation public.
In this instance, the Marshal's Service and Minister McLeod has refused to release any information at all. I think it's in the public interest that this information be made open. Minister McLeod needs to rebuild trust within this new Marshal Service with the public, and he can do that by being open and transparent and releasing the report.
CTV News reached out to the Saskatchewan Marshal Service for comment. They said the officer in question chose to voluntarily end their employment with the SMS, and no further details will be provided due to privacy and personal matters. Preparations are underway for this weekend's motocross races at the track on Muscadet First Nation. Organizers say over 100 racers from across the prairies will participate in 11 different events Saturday through Sunday. Prince Albert Dirt Racers says the event is the final set of races in the Triple Crown series. The first two Triple Crown events were in Nipawin and Melfort earlier this month. This will be the second event hosted by Prince Albert Dirt Riders this year.
There are lots of events going on throughout the province during the course of the summer. For us, though, we can only host 2 a year. We did the Midwest at the end of June. We're hosting ours now at the end of July. And all the riders, by the time they get here, have probably raced in several races.
The races are set to start around 10 a.m. Saturday. A Saskatoon Baton twirling team will represent our province on the international stage. 9 athletes with Trilogy Twirling Team are getting ready to compete in the Nations Cup and World Baton Twirling Championships in Turin, Italy. The competition runs August 2nd to 10th. The team earned their spot after competing in the Canadian qualifier in Calgary back in February. Their coach says the girls have been training 4 to 5 hours a night leading up to the competition.
They're incredibly hard workers. We actually talked to them about that last night, from where they become from the beginning of the year till now. They're motivated, they're driven.
I think we're all a little bit nervous, but we're really excited to travel and try something new and compete.
The team held a send-off concert for friends and family last night before heading to Italy on Sunday. Still to come, calling all car buffs. Details on a fun summer event, perfect for all ages. Welcome back. From classic cars to lawnmower races, this upcoming event has a little something for everyone. Jasmine Pelche gets the details.
So Canwood Car Show and Swap Meet coming up. So how has the planning been going for that?
It's been pretty good. It's been more hectic this year than last year's because we're adding a lot more features to it this time. It kind of started off the cuff in 2022. I announced it like the weekend before we did it, and like 200-300 people showed up. And so it was kind of surprising how much of an appetite there was for it in our community. So it was kind of like, we can't not do this again. So yeah.
And there's like stuff that you said you were adding this year?
Yeah. So this year we are adding a live band. They're called The Great Fuss. And then we are adding, the swap meet is new. So we thought if people wanted to bring parts to sell, that's kind of a fun thing. I've had a lot of people asking me like, is it okay if I set up a for sale sign for this or that? And I'm like, yeah, anything and everything goes. And we're also adding lawnmower races, pending insurance. I'm still working on that. A drive-in movie. Later when it gets dark, we're going to have hopefully project up onto the Canwood elevators. The thing that made me want to start the car show was like, Canwood keeps losing businesses. And like, I'm a local, like I grew up just outside of Canwood. I took over my parents' farm. I'm raising my kids in the house I grew up in. And so watching my hometown sort of like deteriorating, I'm like, man. So I was like, what can I do to help breathe a little bit of life back into this small town? And it's just something that popped into my head. And like I said, it was like off the cuff.
When is it, and how do people find out more information?
It is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. And it will be at the Canwood elevators on Highway 55. And if they want to find out more information, they can go onto Facebook and find Canwood Car Show. We have a group. They can join for updates. And if they join, they'll get updates for the years following this. And had a lot of people emailing me privately asking if it was happening again, and I just kept directing them to that that page. So we've got, I think, 6 or 7 sponsors this year. And that's going to help a lot with paying for the band and insurance and porta potties and all these things that are needed.
All right, great. Well, thank you for speaking with me.
You bet.
We've got sports coming up after this quick break, including a hometown rider preparing for his first start of the season. Our friend Jeff Rogstad back in this time for a full look at our weather forecast here. Jeff, we're heading into the weekend. How are we looking weather-wise?
Well, for those people who are looking for quote-unquote lake weather, it looks like it's in store. Warm conditions will cool off a bit on Sunday, but in the Lakeland region, things tend to be pretty sunny and really warm as we make our way into tomorrow. So let's take a look at what was going on right now at the satellite and radar shot here. And really, you can certainly see the rotation here on this low. There's a low that's sort of tracking through Alberta into Saskatchewan. We would love for a lot of that moisture to come into Saskatchewan. Some will, but not enough, I'm afraid to say. Let's take a look at our computer modeling. And so you can certainly see spotty showers as we make our way into the evening hours. And a little something starts showing up, but as you can see, it's spotty in nature. There's not this big cohesive area that we would really like to hammer the wildfire situation in northern Saskatchewan. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on for temperatures overnight tonight. Tonight, in most of the areas, even though the icons aren't popping up, we're looking at partly cloudy skies with a chance of showers and a risk of a thunderstorm. Pretty much a consistent pattern, not surprising this time of year. 9 degrees the overnight temperature for Spiritwood, 11 for the Battlefords, Rostern, Candle Lake, 12 degrees the overnight temperature, Birch Hills, Melfort, and Nipawin. For tomorrow, well, we are dealing with 22 degrees in Spiritwood, the same in the Battlefords, 23 in Candle Lake and Birch Hills and Rostern and Melfort, 24 in Nipawin. There may be a decrease in air quality, so an increase in the risk on the scale as we make our way into tomorrow. I know it's certainly going to be that way for Prince Albert, so the outlying as the surrounding areas, it wouldn't surprise me if the air quality diminished as we made our way into the latter part of Saturday. 11 degrees with a slight chance of showers and a risk of a thunderstorm in the Prince Albert region tonight. Winds out of the northwest at 10. Tomorrow, a daytime high of 23 degrees, so pretty much seasonal. But later in the day, so late afternoon, there's a chance that the air quality could be moving back into the high-risk zone. 7 is the number that's predicted right now by Environment Canada. Winds out of the west at 15 tomorrow. And finally, if the clicker works, there we go. 21 degrees on Sunday and Monday, 24 on Tuesday, and then really warming up starting on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday of next week, 29 big degrees. So some really warm temperatures as we head into the latter part of next week and a fair amount of sunshine as well.
There, Jeff, hot and dry, it looks like, over the next 7. All right, big thanks for that. Let's take a look at sports. After last night's loss by Calgary to the Montreal Alouettes, the Riders suddenly have a chance to regain top spot in the West Division with a win over Edmonton tonight, but they'll be doing it with yet another new offensive lineman getting his first start of the year.
I've done the worrying part, you know, with this group. You know, it's just par for the course for us.
Mace revealing yesterday Zach Fry is the latest to head to the injured list with a possible concussion suffered during a car accident earlier this week. Langenberg's Noah Zaire will start at left tackle in his place. He becomes the 9th different offensive lineman to start for Saskatchewan in just the team's 7th game.
I always try and take my mental reps when I can. Being the 6th man, you never know when you're going to be thrown into the mix, and the team's going to have to count on you to be that starter. So I think every week I try and really prepare like I'm going to start.
They set a standard, and they demand a standard amongst one another. They work hard. We're well coached. And if you're not performing to that standard, they're going to try and elevate you.
6 Saskatchewan offensive linemen are now on either the 1 or 6 game injured list. Despite the injuries, the Riders have allowed just 8 sacks, good for 4th in the CFL. The Elks have not been good at getting to the QB this season. Their 3 sacks are the lowest mark in the league. And a familiar face starting at quarterback for the Elks, Cody Fajardo, should be a good one. It's a battle between 2 of the best teams in baseball as the Toronto Blue Jays are in Detroit for a weekend series with the Tigers.
Well hit ball to deep left, and he made him pay.
The Jays bats came out swinging in Game 1, cruising to an 11-4 win. With the win, the Jays now sit in first place in the American League. The teams are going at it again in the Motor City right now, with first pitch just a few minutes ago. When it comes to trying out new baseball bats, it's hard to think of a better tester than this guy. Jays star Vladimir Guerrero Jr. taking a few hacks at batting practice with a Canadian-made backyard bat. Ryan and Paul from Windsor are former players who decided to go into the bat-making business. They're starting to break through by getting their bats into the hands of several major leaguers. Some of the biggest names in men's tennis are playing in Toronto. The National Bank Open, the only ATP Tour and WTA Tour event in Canada, kicks off today. This year's tournament features an expanded 12-day, 96-player format. Canadian tennis stars taking part include Felix Auger-Aliassime and Denis Shapovalov. And Germany's Alexander Zverev, the number 4 ranked player in the world, is also playing. The women's tournament begins in Montreal tomorrow.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Back in January, pharmacists around Saskatchewan saw expanded roles, allowing them to test and prescribe for strep throat and ear infections. As Janelle Lepay finds out, 6 months in, the pilot project is seeing success.
Maybe let's get a little overview of what the project is.
Well, this is expanding the scope or the kinds of things that pharmacists can do. And the province and the Ministry of Health have been very supportive of saying pharmacists can do more to help patients, more access to health care, particularly in rural and remote Saskatchewan. So the pilot is really for ear infection and for throat infection or strep throat. A pilot for, I believe it's 11 pharmacies can do the strep throat, 35 can do the ear infection. So it's been very successful, and we always like to have more pharmacies involved, but as a pilot, this is a good first step. We're looking forward to expanding this right around the province.
Very interesting. Yeah. Such an incredible project we've got going on here. Mm-hmm. And what are the numbers that you're seeing from the pilot so far?
Well, so far about 3,135 patients have been seen for the past 6 months, 745 for sore throat, and about 2,300 for the ear infection.
Okay. And let's maybe talk about what those numbers might indicate moving forward.
Well, we know there's hotspots where there is strep throat in southern Saskatchewan in particular. There's some issues there, and therefore we've been able to address those. Again, this is about access to health care, which otherwise would not be provided. And what's good about this is that there's a point-of-care test device in the pharmacy that can actually do the test and give you the results in about 7 or 8 minutes, as opposed to traditionally going to a lab and coming back again. And the pharmacists can prescribe the medication for that as well, which is brand new, both for strep throat and for ear infection as well.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Very important. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And let's maybe talk a little bit about why it is so important for pharmacists to expand their roles, and especially in those rural communities.
Well, pharmacists are trained to do this work. They have to have the authority given to them by the College of Pharmacy and the ministry. So this is, again, about healthcare access, and we know that there's a shortage of healthcare workers everywhere, right around the country, not just in Saskatchewan. So if we can provide greater access to healthcare for pharmacists, because they, in many cases, in small towns, Saskatchewan, they're the only healthcare professional around. If they can provide more healthcare coverage, we all win for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you're seeing less of those maybe in those rural communities, which is why, pinpointing those are so important.
Exactly. And of course, if we expand this province-wide, the public will be the big beneficiaries of this, because we'll have, again, greater access, and we'll allow pharmacists to have more authority to do what they want to do and what they're trained to do. And so it's better for the healthcare system, no question.
All right. And where can people find more information?
Well, they can go to the Ministry of Health or the website, or they can go to saskpharmacist.ca, our website, to see where they're located for all these tests to be done.
88 people are now believed to have fallen sick after eating in a restaurant south of Calgary last week. People got sick after eating at the restaurant called Saskatoon Farm. The exact cause of the stomach illness is being determined. Officials from the restaurant say a potential issue with the water system has been discovered. A week after eating there, many say they're still feeling the effects, including vomiting and diarrhea.
Alberta Health Services has been fabulous. They're on the issue. I've done some testing. I'm still waiting for the results. But no energy. I can't really eat much, living on crackers, chicken noodle soup.
Yesterday, the farm posted video saying its outdoor farmers market in Yupik are still going on this weekend, and the restaurant is using a different water source. Well, Jeff, it's a hot one today, and on a day like today, you can't beat a nice cold drink, right? Well, it looks like this bear had the same idea, gulping down a bottle of brisk iced tea. This happened at an Ontario landfill in Fort Hope First Nation. Now, I suppose if polar bears have Coca-Cola, black bears can have iced tea, right?
Sure, why not? Exactly.
Oh, too bad it wasn't close enough to see that Brisk logo. What an advertisement that could have been for Brisk.
You never know. There's probably somebody. Is Madison Avenue still a thing? Yeah, somebody on Madison Avenue has taken note. We'll see.
Well, Jeff, Adam Sandler is returning back to his happy place in the sequel to a cult classic movie from the 90s, Happy Gilmore.
My name is Happy Gilmore. 30 years ago, I decided to give golf a try.
Happy Gilmore 2 is now streaming on Netflix, 30 years after the original movie hit the big screen. It has most of the original stars back in their roles, but it also features cameos from some of professional golf's biggest stars and other big names like Travis Kelce and Eminem.
You saw Bad Bunny there as well. No,
Yes,
this thing is chock full of star turns. Yeah.
No word on who Happy will be fighting in this one. Of course, Bob Barker in the first one. He'll be throwing fists with Travis Kelce or something.
There's always just Shooter. You know, there's always Shooter.
Can't beat Shooter McGavin. All right, that is all the time for us today. Enjoy Happy Gilmore if you're going to check it out this weekend. Big thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. Have yourself a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Leave you now with the national news, and Jeff and I will see you on Monday.